Right. I think we're rolling.
¿You rolling, bro?
We're rolling.
Ya, güey,
Sí.
aquí.
Apenas.
Vamos a inaugurar oficialmente el jardín.
Igual tiene su broncolini, porque si se la toma una pierna.
Sorry, please, I'll give you that.
Güey, es así de... Bienvenido a Mexico City.
Como yo vivo casi en el Como yo vivo casi en el bosque, cuando llegué aquí, I was like, oh, fuck.
Güey, yo me estoy ahogando y yo nací aquí, güey, imagínate.
¿Sí?
Sí.
Fun. Yeah, I couldn't find anything specifically on where you were from online.
Really?
It said like where you worked, but I
Yeah.
couldn't find like born and raised. I was looking for like a pueblito or something. I don't know.
No, I'm from Mexico City.
Okay, just,
Yeah.
okay, as local as it gets.
Really? Ah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I mean, I didn't say born. No, nací.
No,
Unless
no.
I missed it.
No. Yeah, probably you're right.
Yeah.
I have never said that.
Well, that's perfect then. I get to ask you.
Yeah.
I get to put it.
Please do.
So let me pull up my questions that I got for you.
Yeah, usually I say it when they interview me. So,
Okay.
but
I only got to
think,
watch one of your interviews. It was a radio interview. So
Yeah,
with some cheese people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the last one. One of the last ones.
Okay.
This was an Argentinian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was really nice. She was cool. I heard like the first 15 minutes or so. It made me start wanting to change my questions. I was like, oh shit, these people actually have good questions.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We're always open to questions. Every
Okay.
kind of question.
Cool. All right, so first of all, I'm going to do the introduction for the podcast itself. So welcome, Lalo Plascencia,
Plascencia.
to the first virtual reality podcast filmed from the real world going to the metaverse, to people who are inside the space using virtual goggles as we know them
Wow.
right now.
Okay.
The future of it shall be moving much quicker, as I've been looking into it, so it's only a matter of time before everybody's using it.
Okay.
And I like the fact that you are more rustic and traditional with your whole presentation with gastronomia, culinary, and this world almost seems kind of foreign to you. Like you know technology,
Yep.
but like keeping up with it isn't your motive.
No, I think that because I don't understand it. So
Right.
I can see the potential. I can see the way it goes in the future.
It's
I think-
utilization.
I think that it's going to be great.
Mhm.
But I think that I am not. I don't know. Perhaps because I am from another generation. Perhaps so.
Right.
So it's like I feel sometimes like my father when he met his first iPhone. You know. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit difficult to understand what's happening in there. But I think that we have to be in there.
Mhm.
Just couldn't find a teacher for that. So
Right, and
could be
I'm
a-
actually becoming somebody who's versed enough to try to put all this together because nobody's doing it. That's the thing. That this is going to be the only one. I've been looking into it for about 2 years. Nobody's doing it.
okay.
So it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some finessing and some time. Just
Yeah, well,
dedicating.
but that's innovation. It's all
Perfect.
about.
Yeah. And I saw the opportunity. I was like, I just got to do it. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but like I'm doing it.
That's what happened with me with the 6 flavors.
I heard. Yeah. People try to make it more complicated, but if you just boil it down to the 6, that's all there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm honored to be
Yeah.
the first
Thank
one.
you for having.
So-
I think I've recorded a few episodes, but
Okay.
I think this is going to be the first one that I post
Okay.
because of what you guys were speaking of. I
Yeah.
want to touch back more on.
Okay.
You have more of an insight into the rustic world, and the preservation of culture,
Yep.
the food that drives it. And I was a farmer for years, so I did about 6 years of biodynamic and regenerative farming.
Okay.
And so I had a very good connection with like my local restaurants, my local chef friends, mostly my farmer friends.
Okay. Yeah.
And the farther we got into those circles, the more we started to become more of a spiritual connection with
Absolutely.
the food, with the
Absolutely.
land, with the history of how
Yeah.
the food was grown.
With your own history and the collective history.
Yeah. And in California, it's very strange because there's just so many people mixed together
Yeah.
right there. There's not as much of the roots of like lineage from family.
Yeah.
It's more so people are just looking for tradition from wherever they can pull it, just because it's a mix.
And that's very fun also.
It's fun too.
Because it's an identity construction. I mean, they are building their own identity. They are building what they're going to be.
Right.
in the future.
But the world does need specialists, and that's why I'm glad we found you, because we could bring it a little more back to like Mexico's
Yeah.
heritage, the blood, the traditions of the foods that's been repetitive for many thousands of years.
Yeah.
So we're in the metaverse.
Yeah.
I aim to bring more inspiration for people to be in real life.
Okay.
Even though I am focusing a lot of my focus into technology and staying on screens, I know that that's going to be too much for kids of our generation and younger to handle once it's much better. And this podcast is going to be a reminder to bring people more into the real world. So,
hope so. They have to go out
They have
to see reality. Touch reality.
Exactly.
Touch real reality, you know?
This is a bait and switch. So
Okay.
they'll sit in and then they'll be like, oh shit, I want to go where they're at. You know, I want to talk about what they're talking about. I want to go experience life.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's my whole motive with this. Is a bait and switch.
Because it's curious and it's a paradox, I think, because we also, our generations, an older generation, I'm 42 years old, so I'm not that old. I'm a young millennial, you know?
Yeah.
So, but my old generation, my parents or my father or my grandparents, they wanted to go inside there, you know? That was the goal, to go inside a non-realistic world and to create new scenarios and to understand like virtual reality and that things. And now, the new generations want to be touching the grass, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Or smelling it. And
full swing.
Yep.
It's coming back and forth.
Yep.
So I got to say, you're an excellent writer.
Thank you very much.
I dissected 2 of your dissertations on the research group's website.
Yeah.
And one of the lines that you wrote, it's mistranslated because it's from Spanish.
Yeah,
I read it in English for Google Translate.
Yeah.
But the part that you wrote, the Mexican universe fits in a tortilla with salt rolled by the hands of a mother.
Yeah.
That almost brought me to tears.
Really?
Almost, but I'm a man.
So I have to keep it.
So I had to keep it
inside of me.
But it definitely brought me a lot of nostalgia.
Okay.
Because as a kid, my mom would always bring me to Mexico. It was like we had to go every summer for the experience to conocer mis abuelos, mis tías. And that would be the thing that they'd feed us while they were cooking the food, you know, like, oh, you just have the salt and tortilla, you know, or a little manteca with tortilla, just to hold you off.
You can smell it also.
I could smell, as soon as I read it, I could smell it.
Yeah.
And there's been parts of the city that I walk around, like I could smell the atmosphere of like a home versus just a business or like a restaurant. There's like something more magical happening that's keeping people.
The in-house magic. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And as soon as I started walking around and feeling it in different areas, it instantly made me want to go back to Jalisco. So like I'm supposed to leave.
Which part of Jalisco you were?
Los Altos.
Los Altos.
Yeah.
My grandmother was from Ameca, Jalisco.
Okay,
it's
I've heard of it.
Further from Guadalajara, you know.
It's like.
But my family, my grandfather, was from Los Altos.
Was he?
Yeah, and all the rest of my aunts, from the Plascencia family, came from that part.
I don't know if I've heard Placencia out there yet.
No, perhaps in Guadalajara, but in Los Altos it's strange. It's more.
Do you know what part of Los Altos?
I know a long time. I haven't been in a long time.
Okay, yeah. My mom's from she lives near a little ciudad called Yahualica de González Gallo. Or Yahualica.
Yahualica?
Yeah.
Where the chile Yahualica is.
Yeah. Porky's. Oh, okay.
The only
yeah.
The only one chili that has I don't know how you say it in English, but it's denominación de origen.
Yeah. I was trying to tell David about it. It's still very potent.
DOP, yeah.
It's still very potent because of the volcanic soil.
Absolutely. It's one of the greatest regions of the world.
Yeah.
So it says, recent data says that probably that region is the oldest region that you can find corn or the origin of Mexican cuisine. Like they found seeds from chilies, probably the same chilies that we ate right now.
Yeah.
Capsicumanum is the variety that are from 12,000 years old. Yeah, so it's one of the regions that are a little bit explored. They don't want to investigate a lot, but it's one of the most important regions for gastronomic culture in Mexico.
I'm sure it's gonna happen soon. I've noticed the last few times I've gone, that little city has gotten very popular.
Yep.
Lots of Europeans are starting to show up. Lots of Mexicanos from all around because they have a very good tradition of celebrating the independence.
Yeah.
In September, and they have so many bands come up that it's becoming a tourist attraction. There's like 10 bands and one cuadra playing.
Let's hope gentrification don't make their own shit because it's awful, you know.
My grandfather.
Well, thank you for the compliment. I know there was translation, but it was a good translation from that phrase.
Yeah.
I was talking about the mothers, right? It was like the maternity.
Exactly.
Was the
divine
topic.
feminine. Actually, I wanted to get into that a little bit later because it's a little more controversial. But I want to build up first.
Yeah.
I want to build up first.
What
I'm gonna have
Ah, ya, sí,
Good job, bro.
te veo.
Did a good interview.
Con cuidado, güey, porque sí estás bien feo el tráfico ahorita.
Y tú eres bien feo, so.
Y también, güey. Thank you very much for
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a nice dissertation. Yeah, it was a good one.
My mom's gonna be so excited that you knew about Yavalika. I told her I was gonna interview you, and she was like, "Wow, you're meeting people in Mexico." I was like, "Yeah, I'm telling you, you gotta come back. The motherland misses you." So I guess born and raised Ciudad de Mexico, yeah.
Yeah, Mexico City. Well, actually, it's Mexico's it's the Estado de Mexico, but
Okay.
it's also the metropolitan area. You know.
As it grows.
Yeah, that's it gross.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's big enough. So like 30 million people in the metropolitan area. You know.
Wild.
It's absolutely
It's my first time
mad.
here.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
it's
impressed.
It's absolutely mad. You know, you can get mad in here. Sinatra said that you could, if you make it in New York, you could make it anywhere. But I think that he was thinking Mexico City. You know,
I
because
think so too. Yeah.
it was New York is a little bit. It's like a little piece of Mexico City.
I will say the city has done a good job at taking care of its tourist areas.
Yep.
Obviously, they invest a lot of money into there.
Absolutely.
You could see it's well protected.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of places in the U.S. which oddly feels like it's in decline versus Mexico right now. But it doesn't feel as well taken care of or safe,
Okay.
especially in a touristy area where you would
Absolutely.
imagine it would be safe. Not anymore. Not in most major cities. It's
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice to hear.
Yeah,
Well, we
Mexico
have. There's
City.
a lot of improvement. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now Mexico City is a city that it's a metropolis. You know.
Yeah.
It works like that. It's Barcelona, it's Madrid, it's Paris. You know, it has its dark sides and its light sides, but it's a great city to live.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
don't like it anymore. I don't like. That's
You still live here?
Yeah, I still live here. I came back from Spain
Oh, okay.
just before the COVID,
Oh, okay.
so it was great because I could
Yeah.
be with my family, be
You
safe.
would have been stuck out there.
Yeah, I will suicide. Probably never come back for my life. You know.
Dark days.
Yeah, it was hard.
Okay. I heard just now you did go to school in Monterey, right? Is that where you
No, I was like the I don't know how you say it, like the
researcher?
yeah, like the director, like the principal, you know.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I was like the principal in that cuisine, like kitchen school. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
but
you
it
weren't-
was from 2020. I was 2014 to 2015. Yeah.
Okay, so you're. I should
Year and a
ask
half.
just for their English-speaking viewers where your economic or your educational and academic backgrounds
Okay.
were established.
I studied in Universidad del Claustro de Sor Juana. That is where the muse Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz lived.
Okay.
Actually lived 300 years ago. So it's in the center of Mexico. It's like 4 blocks away from Zócalo. So it's like the core of Mexico.
Okay.
That was my school. It was the old monastery, and it was really nice to be in there. It was from 2000, exactly August 2000 to 2005.
Okay.
5 years of study. It was a long career. It was a long study, and it was a good. There were good years. The feeling that you say now about the safety and the good looking, the great city to live and to walk, it wasn't happening that years.
I imagine,
No. It was like
2000.
it was
Very
24 years ago. So it was a very different city. Now those streets surrounding my university today are spectacular. You know, you can walk it. You can be in some restaurants, great restaurants. You can be at night. You can be in nightlife. In those years,
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock to go home or go to Subway and go home, please, because it was
Right.
it was really dark to be in there. There was no light.
Was it expensive to go to the school there?
In those years, no. Actually, my university was one of the most in the middle. You know,
Okay.
it was not cheap, but it wasn't the most expensive school. I think it was very, very, very good for the middle class people. You know,
Okay.
but it was a very good school with a lot of consciousness about humanistic areas. You know, to anthropological studies, sociological studies. So there were other careers or other professions surrounding culinary arts that were arts, psychology, communication. So it was a very humanistic and very alternative university.
Kind of liberal.
Eh?
A little liberal in a sense.
Yeah, absolutely liberal. In comparison with another university, we were absolutely liberal and beyond liberalism. Because there was the LGBTQ plus flag every June in our university. It
Even
was
2000?
shocking, eh?
Even in 2000?
Yeah, it was shocking. It was absolutely avant-garde.
Sure. Yeah, sounds like it. But I mean, it is a big city, so kind of.
No, but those years were very conservative about that topic.
Really?
It was like, okay, we are plural, we are tolerant, but we don't want to see the flag, the LGBTQ flag surrounding it. No, it was there in June. It was a problem, a legal problem in those years. Today, that's I think, fortunately, it's a normal thing to see because it speaks about the plurality and the more consciousness that we have. But 24 years ago, not. So that was my university.
Yeah, I was reading that you did touch a lot on Catholicism and the patriarchal society that has kind of swayed tradition and food and art, and it's a very touchy subject, I guess, in this
country.
In this country, it's a very conservative country.
Absolutely, because the patriarchal. Well, the patriarchat is, I don't know how to say it in English, patriarcado, how do you say it? Patriarchy, yeah. I think it's in our veins, It's in our genome.
How was your family, like your parents, when it came to, I guess, Catholicism and religion?
Yeah, they're Catholic. We are all Catholic in Mexico, actually, but we are not so very religious persons. So we are very critical with the church, with the institution. Not religion, but the institution, the way they manage the religion. My grandparents from Jalisco were very conservative people, but my parents, no, they are actually very liberal and they're very open-minded. They are like another generation. They came from that hippie movement, and they were not hippie as that, but they lived in there. So they also listened music and they broke the rules a little bit. So, but my mother was so young. Very young when she was pregnant from me. So I'm the oldest brother. So we are two, my sister and me, just two brothers, and I was the first one. So she was 12. I think she was 18 years old when she cuando me dio a luz when she yes. Sorry if my English is a little bit...
Your English is much better than my Spanish.
Well, so I'm sorry. Perhaps I want to mix some words.
That's fine. Like I said, I could just throw up some subtitles.
Okay, thank you very much.
They'll pop up for them.
They can see the translation.
Yeah.
But
no, I was asking you about your parents because it's another thing I couldn't find. Like your social class. Were you upper?
No, we're always middle class. My mother didn't work. She was like ama de casa.
Okay.
And my father worked in Compañía de Luz, like is the electric company, the public electric company, that they extinct that company in 2004, I think.
Now it's Distrito Federal Electrica or something like that.
Yeah, it happened.
I saw it the other day, giant building.
It's a giant building. That building belonged to another company that was also part of the state or the Mexican government, but they decided to extinct it and they decided to pass everything that. It was a very strange thing because the workers in that enterprise, in that governmental enterprise, they just work in the metropolitan area. The rest of the country was Comisión Federal de Electricidad. Then the government said it ends and everything is all about Comisión Federal de Electricidad. It was a very hard thing to happen. My father was, I don't know how to say, retired, a retired person, jubilado. From Compañía de Luz, and he saved everything. He just retired very well. He's very fine, but he was a worker, a normal. He were a class worker, a middle class working family. That's no.
So they gave him a severance. They just told them to leave, and they rehired people, or
for those who were inactive, yes. But in case of my father, he was retired at the moment that happened. Fortunately, because it was a really big problem for thousands of workers in that years. Yeah, it was hard. My family, most of my family, his brothers, a couple of his brothers passed that troubles, and it was very hard for their families. Fortunately, my dad, he was retired at that time, so he saved money and he was everything okay.
Good,
Yeah, but we're
Your dad was smart.
yeah, my dad, he was. For instance, I in my college, in my university in El Claustro Sor Juana, I have a 100% scholarship. So it was not so expensive, but it was great that I have to don't pay the
Tuition.
yeah
Yeah.
for all the 5 years. So it was a great deal.
So obviously you were already experienced as a cook before going to school.
No,
No?
no. Actually, I wanted to study politics science. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what? I could see that now.
Yeah.
with
Perhaps
the
now you can answer some questions there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can fill some blanks
Definitely.
in my story. Yeah, I love politics. I love
As
politics.
soon as you started referencing Aristotle, I was like,
yeah.
okay, I see. I was
Why?
kind of getting a feel for you from these other papers, and then I started reading the Aristotle quotes. I was like, I like this guy. At
Yeah.
first, I was like, I don't know, he might be super political. I might get a little touchy. But then I started seeing how you broke down the fundamental societal evolution and
Yeah.
how to maintain the core values of, not just expansion for the sake of novelty, but trying to have good morals and ethics to have like true sovereignty.
Yeah, it's a way to say it. No, I love to politics. I love discussions. I love to argue. I love philosophy also.
Yeah.
Right now, I know it. But in those years, I think that when you are 12, 18 years old to choose your career, you are very stupid to choose it. You know, you are just thinking in chicks and boosts. You know, that's it.
Or money.
Or money.
Yeah.
So that you are so stupid that you have to choose one of the most important decisions of your life. You have to say, I want to be this. I want to be a chef. I want to be a politician. I want to be. You are a silly guy. You're not 18 years old is nothing. Who has the nowadays? I have 42 years old. I don't think that I have the maturity enough to take some decisions. You know.
Right.
So, but suddenly I think that it was like a call, like I don't know how to say un llamado, no?
Yeah.
For service to other, to understand the kitchen, to understand the culinary arts, like serve the other. That's the spirit of politics, you know.
Yeah.
To serve other people, the Commonwealth.
The Commonwealth,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's the spirit of politics, and that's the spirit also of our profession. To make a dish, to be cooking something, and to serve something to someone who wants to eat. That's, I think, that one of the most important acts of service and love that could exist in humankind.
Where do you start to see the line get muddied with big publications like Michelin Guide, and then growing business for the sake of preserving the industry, and then the separation of serving for the sake of the Commonwealth or for the good of the local?
It's all about capitalism, my friend.
Yeah.
Everything is business, you know, nowadays, unfortunately. But I think that we have to understand that it can be balanced, you know, it can be balanced. If you choose the way of absolute capitalism, absolute business, just thinking about growing and guides and prices and recognition and ego, because it's all about ego. It's all about myself and what I want a recognition, a recognition. I want a 2 stars, 3-star Michelin stars. I want to be in the 50 best because they can see me. You are forgetting the very specific and the purest act of cooking.
Right.
That's it. Serving. Give to another person. Feed someone. That's
Simple.
yeah, and that's so simple that's why many people choose the recognition and the attention of ego. I think that they could be balanced. You could make a very good business keeping your values in mind and keeping your team in that kind of circumstance.
Yeah.
You have to need to gain money. Of course, we are not hippies. We are not in we live in a capitalist world. So
Right.
we have to pay rent. We have to pay technology.
You have to pay
So-
Caesar.
Yeah, that's it. If you want to go to a trip, you don't pay it with smiles and service and love.
Yeah.
You pay it with American Express, you know. That's it, and the rest of it is Mastercard. So that's what you have to understand, is that you need to use the business as a medium, as a part, as un medio para un fin. It's like the bridge that could transport you to one point from another. If you see it, the money, the recognition, as the end,
Yeah.
as the goal, as the only goal, you are so empty that you will understand when you are in the peak of the mountain with all the medals in your chest and all the recognition of the world, that you are the most poor and lonely person in the planet, because it's you
Like
and
an
your
empty vessel.
Yeah.
Like an empty vessel.
Yes, it's you and your ego, and no one else, and that's something absolutely totalmente contrario a la cocina. It's the opposite of cuisine. It's the opposite of service. It's the opposite of commonwealth. It's the opposite of feeding someone.
Have you ever felt that you were, at some point in your
Yeah.
career, you went there?
Absolutely, everyone in this business, we have to pass through that. You have to pass the test of ego.
Like a rite of passage.
Yeah. It's hard to see it, you know, because I think that recognition is like it's like a drug at the end of the day. You are drugged by it. You are always hype, you know, because it always, there's people that are saying to you that you are the handsome person in the world, the most intelligent people that they ever met. So you make things unbelievable. Every single dish that you prepare, every single
Perfection.
sauce, you are perfection.
You're a god.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the most important dish. It's the great dish in my life. It has changed my view. That's false, you know.
Yeah. But it feeds egos.
Absolutely. But when you know that you are human, that you make mistakes, and your only goal is to feed someone with love, with technique, in our case, in my case, I always call the technique, the culinary technique, as the most important or the first expression of love, because you take care of everything. Take care of the product, take care of the cooking methods, and then to the plating methods, and then the serving methods. So if you take care of it, that's love about it. You are safe. The people that eat your food can be secure, or can know that you are serving it with the most love possible that you could give at this moment.
Which is more quality, essentially.
It's quality. It's all about. So you can mix it with business, because it could be a business.
Yeah, because people, especially in this day and age where everything's so mass-produced, when you start to find value, people will invest more into it.
Absolutely.
Because it's authentic.
But it's a lot of lies in there also.
Yeah.
A lot of lies. It's like in espejismo. I don't know, in
A reflection.
Yeah, it's something that you could mischief or engañar a alguien, you could make traps in this business. You could say that it's the best for my croissant. I make it the best. I have the best machines. I have the best butter. You, as a person who proves, who eats it, you don't know if it's that true. You could be framed.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of right now. It's perhaps many restaurants, many chefs are all about storytelling.
Versus action?
Huh?
Storytelling versus the action?
Or versus the truth.
That's funny. I'm very focused on my career as a storyteller, but I'm not a chef.
That's it. You need to tell stories. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but you know that if you have this glass of water, you could build a story. You could tell a story. You could build a character in this. You could build, I don't know, a lot of things in here. You could make a film of it. You could make a Netflix series if you want about this glass of water. With a good story, you could make it.
Yeah.
Imagine what you do when you eat something, you put it inside of you, and someone is telling you a story that she or he, I don't know, caught their own carrots or got their own apples from their trees, and then you go over there and you say, "Where are the apple trees?" It's happening a lot,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of storytelling, and that storytelling is, I don't know, it's like a way to cover flaws, to cover, like, to cover, to feel more in this hype of value. You have to tell a good story to invent value.
You do. And
Truth is the real value right now.
it's scarce.
If it's an egg, it's an egg. Really? Okay, but that's crazy right now. You could buy, I don't know, croissants, frozen croissants, and put it in there. Many people do that.
Yeah.
And you could say that you make it home, they're homemade.
I found a litmus test. You know what a litmus test, right? Yeah.
A what?
A litmus test?
No.
It's like a standardized way of checking if something's true or false.
Okay.
So my litmus test for Mexico City is I'll go talk to people. I've been checking out the restaurants around here. Just I'll go do my laundry. It's like, 60 pesos for desayuno. I'll sit down and eat right here for breakfast.
Yeah.
Like, let's see what they got. And I've had some shitty food. I've had some food that was decent, that was all very common.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that were decent and very common, I'd ask them directly to the cook or whoever was like the most in charge looking person, ¿Dónde lo compraste estos ingredientes? And then if they don't say the Central de Bastos, I could tell they're kind of just like pulling shit out of their ass. And I'm just like, okay. And the people who...
To elaborate an answer that fits you.
Yeah.
Because they are seeing that you're not from here, that you want an answer. Because that's... Now it's high. It's a hype, you know. Everyone has to say that they buy it with their local farmers,
right,
in Mexico City. Come
on, it's very hard. Yeah, I was like, I'm new, but I'm not stupid.
I'm not that new, you know. I'm not 3 years old. That's the problem right now. The storytelling is, I think, covering some of the flaws of the industry, and that could be a risk, you know.
And I've been with Alex now, I think about 3 times to the Central de Bastos.
Okay.
One of my favorite things that I've done in this city. I've gone to a couple, I've done like 2 or 3 touristy things, but that is Mexico.
Absolutely.
That's life.
That's the economy, you know. That's...
And you can ask anybody inside the stalls, oh, where does this come from? Where does that come? They'll give you names, they'll give you addresses, phone numbers, they'll tell you exactly when it was cut.
It's the heart of the city.
Yeah.
You know?
I started researching. I was walking around with David. I was like, dude, how much money do you think comes in here every day? And he was like, bro,
millions.
Like $1 million.
Millions.
And I started looking up the numbers. 240,000 tons of produce every single day. Just for, that's like 30% of Mexico's produce is all coming into the city.
Yep.
And all going out.
Yeah.
And it's $1.2 million an hour. And I was like,
an hour?
So they're very well connected. Everybody there has stories. Everybody has legitimacy because they're just in their business for the most part.
They had their own. It's so big. They have their own law inside of them.
Do they?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I saw lots of different styles of security.
Yep.
But todos con arma.
Absolutely.
And I was like, okay, that takes a lot of paperwork.
Actually, the policemen, probably they can go inside that part because they have their own security in there.
I believe it.
Yeah, absolutely. $2.2 million an hour.
Yeah.
So you can pay like war tanks over there, like drones with weapons. I don't know.
I flew my drone around there.
Well, you're now the risk.
So far, I'm good. I put it on Instagram, no problem.
Okay, that's it. No, they know when they know that they are spots. Then now they are a tourist spot.
I only saw 2. In hours and hours of being there, I'm pretty sure everyone else I saw was just working.
But it's big enough that you could. It's a city in there.
I guess, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I wasn't everywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Probably you will never meet the other because you are from here, and then the others will come here,
yeah.
and when you will.
As a matter of fact, I probably only saw like maybe a quarter of it. We kept going to our same couple spots.
Mm-hmm.
So they were on opposite sides of the market, but we wouldn't venture out.
It's mad.
Like I never saw any of the tobacco. I never saw like imported dry goods like that. Like it was mostly we were going for chiles, manteca,
fruits,
jamon,
vegetables, and
and then
the
out.
basics.
because it's a madhouse.
A madhouse.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot of money in there. Show.
It's a lot of
Now
money.
we know it.
Okay, so I think this is a good time. We've warmed up. I got to know you on a more personal level. Your love of the city is real. Your love for culinary is real. You're from a middle class family, so
Yep.
you're not an elitist. I'd like to talk more on your controversial takes.
Should it?
Well, it seems like you've already been canceled. It seems like you've already had to deal with some backlash from like local press or people who don't agree with your views.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
Just
so
many years. Yeah.
that's good. I think that's what I've been telling David. I was like, we're very opinionated people. I have my own brand. He has his own brand. We're working together. At some point, I wasn't David. At some point, people are going to find out the opinions that they don't agree with. So you might as well just put them all out there so that if something happens, you just keep going.
Yeah.
You don't try to hide it. You just keep going. And in this day and age, it's very hard for people to do that. My generation is very sensitive,
Yeah.
which is why, like,
How old are you?
how old do I look?
I don't know, like 30 something.
I'm 30. I
30.
just turned 30.
30. Ah, okay.
You're the first
Well,
person to guess over 30.
Yeah, they're like 33 something. Yeah.
Okay. Most people have been saying 25. I'm like, yeah, all my gray hair. My gray
No,
hair is just
I could say
like,
41 also. But
Yeah,
no, I
exactly.
think the 30, 35, 33. I
I've
don't
been getting lucky. Mexicans are naive when it comes to my age. I don't know why.
We always go down.
Maybe they're polite.
Yeah, that's polite. That's so polite.
I guess I'm naive.
Unnecessarily polite, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reminds me a lot of Japanese culture. So
Yeah, they were.
I guess let me ask you about like the biggest, like now they call it cancel culture.
Mm.
So there's controversial opinions that people have. Some of them are deemed unidealistic for the standard of society, and if you don't agree, then obviously you don't get to participate.
You're an outlaw.
You're an outlaw. You're an outlier. Shut down his businesses. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gotten that extreme for you.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Has it?
Yeah. I have.
Okay.
Not in the cancellation mode because it didn't exist in those years.
And you're already established.
Yeah, but like feeling like feeling like an outlaw, you know, feeling like someone that doesn't belong. The group, the main group of chefs or main group of journalists, they failed me. They excluded me from things. They think that I was so mad from things. They said me that I was mad.
Really?
It's impossible what I was thinking. The hardest thing to hear was from my friends, or what I call my friends, in the culinary business, chefs and other researchers, even researchers, like they make research from in the culinary world, gastronomic research. They say me that it was impossible to make to understand or to order in academical way the Mexican cuisine because it's too big and impossible. You are a mad person. You're a mad guy. What do you want to do? That's useless. The thing is that when I receive that, I always take it like a punch, you know, like a motivation.
Okay.
But it hurts.
So you're a little crazy.
Yeah,
A little crazy.
a little bit. Yeah, that now
You
I
have to
assume.
be. You have to be.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because you can't make something really different if you always follow through. You always with the mass people, you know.
Right.
No, you have to be a little bit apart. You have to be a little the mat on the fool on the hill, you know.
Yeah.
That guy that could look over the reunion of people. That mass that always said yes from things that they want to be comfortable. I don't know. That in Spanish it's called la teoría Ortega Gassetiana de las masas. No?
Okay.
The Ortega Gasset, he was an author, and a Spanish author, and he said that he designed a term that it's called el hombre masa, a man who belongs to mass people, but the mass is the man. You know, it's always the same. It's like homogeneizado, homologizado. Nobody thinks out of the box. That's it. What I always do, or I always did, I'm sorry, it's that to take that as a motivation. It hurts, yeah, personally it hurts. One of the most horrible things I lived, it was like 6 months of bullying in Facebook. But it was hard. It was like trolling, all about trolling. every day I wake up and friends and people around many states, many places, many places in the world also, they send me images from people making Facebook accounts in order to troll me, just because the only thing that I was doing is making a record of 1,000 tacos. The project was 1,000 tacos in 1 year, 1,000 tacos 2015. 1,000 tacos eaten by me in 1 year in order to record and to preserve images and data from every single taco that I ate in 1 year.
Tacos de otros lugares? Como just
Everywhere in the world. But the only
in the
rule
world?
was, yeah, in the world, yeah.
Okay.
The only rule that it has to be eaten by me.
Okay, nice.
That's the only
I
rule.
like it.
Yeah.
Why were people hating on that?
I don't know. We were in BuzzFeed several times. In that time, BuzzFeed was like a more viral. They viralized information.
Okay, yeah.
In those years,
Early
I think
2000s.
2015. That's probably one form or one way that they attacked me. But the most awful thing was that I saw my colleagues using those memes or using those trolling images to make fun of me in their own groups, you know?
Right.
To say,
I would imagine these were people that you respected too.
respected and take and consider friend, but not anymore, of course. No?
Right, right.
That was one of the hardest things to do, to live, because it was 6 months of a project that it was really nice. It exists. You could search it. It's miltacos.com. That's the way.
I was looking
And
up
you will see like today 800 features with photographs in a way and a description, a technical description of every taco that I've ate.
Nice. That sounds like great content to me.
Well,
That sounds like something that I feel most people do now on the daily. But I guess back then you were
nobody did it.
innovative.
Yeah, because people love it, you know? People
Sure, yeah.
around the world love it, chefs around the world love it. But the worst thing is that Mexican people, friends.
It's always your own people.
Yeah. Why? It's supposed that you have to receive the support from your in-house support, you know, from your colleagues, from Mexicans. No, it was from Spain, it was from USA, it was from people in Japan, always supporting, posting their tacos in Instagram and Facebook, and using the hashtag that I created, 1,000 tacos 2015, because it was the year. Everybody used it. We can search. The people around the world posted around 3,000 posts of tacos that they ate and used the hashtag. But my tacos are my tacos, and that's that you can find it, miltacos.com, and you can find what I ate. So you can add it, 3,000 from the people and 1,000 from me. There were 4,000 features, 4,000 photos of tacos in that year.
Which is a lot for that year.
Well, it's a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody has to do it.
I mean, for the fact that BuzzFeed was covering it, it was that year.
Yeah.
Social media was very different. And the fact that
Absolutely
you were actually making connections globally, like that was pioneering back in the day.
It was mad.
Like
and
now-
I think that everything has a balance, you know. You can make a very good noise, you can make impact, a good impact, but that's when the monsters wake up, you know,
Yeah.
and they want to eat flesh and eat you alive, because that's the way it happens with fame, if you want to say it.
Sure.
But I insist, the most horrible thing to live was that my own personal circle were bullying me, were trolling me. So
Would that not have been what did you call it? The espejo?
like a mirror.
Like a mirroring of the people you were keeping around you? And like maybe it was time to kind
To
of
change,
grow up.
yeah. That's was the year that I moved to Spain.
Nice. Yeah. See, I feel like a lot of people don't see the signs and act on it. They'll see the signs and then they'll get shamed.
Yeah.
And then they
They
get back
disappear.
in place. Yeah.
Yeah, they
go back in
disappear.
line.
Yeah.
Or they get hammered in like a nail.
I have a very bad time. Yeah, I was really touched. I abandoned a little bit some projects. Estaba harto.
Yeah.
I can't control that. 6 months of my life making a great project, and that the answer was very good things, but very bad things. So I learned to manage it in a bad way, but I managed
Yeah.
it. Well, it was experience right now, but it was, I think, one of the most difficult things to live. But the normal things they say me, or they say about me, and I mean journalists, chefs, now they have, those groups have been decreasing. They know
Yeah.
that they not necessarily give me the reason of what I do, but they know that what I do is necessary right now for the preservation of culinary techniques.
Right. And not only that, in the modern day and how media is being mass publicized by the everyday person,
Yeah,
their value in the scheme of everything is going down.
absolutely.
And they need you more now because you are the actionable value content
Mm-hmm.
and they are just reporting it.
Yeah,
And you could do it by yourself.
I can do it by myself,
Yeah.
and I connect with people directly. And that's the way that we are in the metaverse right now.
Yeah.
So,
Well.
hi. Imagine that they don't. They speak about something. I do something,
Right.
and that's, I think, that's.
I really like what you were mentioning with David. It's like, yeah, sometimes, the videos and the ambition and all the new trends going forward are helpful, but it's not like having the experience to be able to go outside and read the world around you, because you could have all of those things that are presented to you in the space right in front of you and not know,
Absolutely.
because you're just clueless.
An hour in Central de Abastos is, I think, more illustrative and more motivational than 3 hours of TED Talks,
Yeah,
or a series in Netflix.
I believe so.
An hour. And I'm exaggerating. I could tell you 15 minutes in that place.
Yeah, 15 minutes. I think since I've been here, I've probably spent at least 7 to 10 hours there. And a
you
lot
have-
of it's been filming, so I'm looking at details.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, holy shit.
You
bro.
are
Like, all
contemplating it.
the
The reality
lifestyles,
in its best.
the struggles, the successes, the connections,
The purest,
passion.
the human pure feeling in there. The passion of everyone. The connection, the good connection and the bad connections.
connection, yeah.
And the language that is speaking in there, because it's another language that you're talking. So imagine if you do that for 15 minutes versus a Netflix series about chef's table. No?
Right. Where it's just
Okay,
the
right.
final product.
Yeah,
Everything's beautiful.
perfect,
Yeah.
beautiful, slow motion. Yeah, but they want to, the young people want to consume more because they feel motivated about it. Yeah, but see that it's an addiction.
Yeah.
They need another Netflix series and another TikTok and another video and another podcast in order to understand what they have to do, but not doing it.
Yeah.
Just thinking about doing.
And I think what you were also telling David, it hit pretty hard because I know me and him have high aspirations.
Okay.
And we want to set high and hard to attain goals so that we know we're not getting comfortable or complacent.
Absolutely.
But there is that forever ringing, like, you have to be one of the best and do something new for the whole world and innovate for millions of people because you have access to them. It's like, just because you have access to something doesn't mean you should be responsible for having access to
That's
it.
it. Yeah. That now's your era. You have access to it. We didn't.
Yeah.
But now you have to deal with other problems.
Yeah.
That's feeling of the abruma is like it's a very big heavy. It's like Atlas, the figure of Atlas.
Right.
You are now charging. You are not keeping the world standing, and it's very heavy for your shoulders and your legs. So it's so heavy, that responsibility, that you can walk.
Yeah.
Put it down.
Put it down.
That's it.
Focus on something.
Something that you like.
Do day-to-day normal shit.
Probably there are shitty things in the beginning,
Yeah.
like a stupid thing in the beginning. But tomorrow, if you keep, probably that was a stupid thing, but now you could change it.
The next day you're just less stupid.
I think so.
A little less stupid every day.
Well, imagine 365 days
Being
a
less
year. I think that is more than many people could say,
Yeah.
Because many people pass their lives and die, absolutely carrying that world, that big sphere, pressing your head and pressing your spirit. That's the problem. That I think that this generation has, that the feeling is that pressure in their spirits, not in their bodies, in their minds. And they have to go out and to do things.
Yeah.
Do things. That's it. Make mistakes.
Do things and experience people, and just keep doing that.
Conversation, my friend. What we are doing right now is the most antique way of communication. Now we are in the metaverse and we are recording it, you know?
Yeah.
But it's the basic thing besides feeding, speaking. Nobody speaks anymore.
It's pretty sad, which is like, I came up with this idea during COVID. So
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit. I'm a bit politically incorrect.
Absolutely, me too. So
I didn't give a shit about COVID. I left. I was going to Hawaii. I was trying to meet with my friends in different states in the U.S. I was driving around. I was making a bunch of extra money for my job just because that was the year it happened.
that was it.
And
Me too, also.
nice. So it was a good time. I traveled a bunch. I saw a lot of places. I saw a lot of experiences. And one of them was many different versions of a too quiet society.
Yeah,
And fear everywhere.
absolutely.
And I was just thinking, like, sitting on top of a mountain in Oregon, I'm just like, I can't believe I'm here enjoying this, and everybody's at home. Like, my friends in Spain, they can't leave their block. Yeah. My friends in New York, they can't leave their apartment unless they're walking their dog. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, if I don't say something, I feel obligated. Like, if I don't say the truth of what I think is going on, because I've been going around everywhere, and I'm fine, and most people are fine, and there is a lot changing politically, and it's getting dangerous.
Yep.
If I don't start saying the truth, then there's not going to be anything left to miss or to worry about, because everything's going to change so fast, like there's no going back. And so I started just filming stuff. I bought some cameras, and I didn't commit to it because I was distracted. I was making money, and I was meeting girls, and blah, blah, blah. And it turned into the point where COVID started ending, and I was like, all right, well, the lockdowns are over. Not many people are as trapped inside their house anymore, so I don't have access to them. And not many people even really have VR headsets. It's coming, but it's not there. But I developed a passion for wanting to tell stories and tell the truth and work hard and meet more people and go farther and farther. And along the way, I met David. And then when we met, he noticed in a group of I think it's 100,000 people. Okay. We found each other in Southern California, San Diego. I put him into a group of 60 people. Out of a group of 60, there's maybe 6 or 7 of us that are actually meeting in person. Okay. Actually want to do shit. Actually hanging out. Actually planning and helping each other, offering resources. And then before you know it, I'm his best friend. We're just talking all the time. We see each other oh, what are you working on? Oh, let's do this. Let's go work out. We're going to go eat something clean. Go meet these farmers, blah, blah, blah. And he left, and he was like, bro, I'm in Mexico City. You just come with me. I was like, okay.
Come with me. I need you.
I was like, I need more experience, bro. The Matrix is getting crazy up there. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take a break and just focus on this because it's been needing to happen for a while. And now that I've been here, I'm just this is a very good experience.
Absolutely.
It was a familial invitation. And I'll never look at David the same because of it.
But that's a great experience from linking people.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's the way that you can use it.
That's what he told me. He was like, bro, I started hanging out with you because one, you made the initiative out of everybody to put us together and to start meeting everyone. I met everybody separate, and then we all met together because of David. He was like, we'll just meet at my restaurant, or we'll meet at this restaurant. He'd scheduled it. And after that, I kept bouncing in and out of his life, and he was like, bro, you talk to a lot of people, you know a lot of people. He's like, that's one of your skills, bro. It is. I'm a social person. Yeah. I've always been.
But that's talking, that's doing. Yeah. That's the way, that's the message, that's the lesson in there. That you do it. You have to do it, because that thing always keeping in your Instagram account, you will never get in touch with nobody. No. Nobody. And you can have millions of followers, but that's useless if you are alone in your apartment,
right.
Recording videos, talking to a camera, and nobody answers you. Well, a lot of comments and viralization and founding and whatever you want, but it's unreal. It's inhuman in a way. Mm-hmm. We have to be in this conversation. If we could have cameras, it's great. You can record it. You can use the technology, not be part of the technology. That's the difference.
Which is what is happening. Which is why I started pivoting from COVID. Okay, the idea is very good. The ability to tell stories, especially from something with the essence of tradition and holistic living,
Yeah.
it's good, but it doesn't serve the same purpose because COVID's over. And then I started just seeing it, and I was like, COVID's over, but the habits that built in COVID are getting worse.
Yep.
Maybe not the fear of going outside, but like the addiction to the social
To this,
media,
yeah.
the lack of identity, the lack of action, the lack of purpose. And it's even worse in the kids. And that's going to be one of the easiest ways to talk to kids because the headsets are primarily for video games. That's why they use
Yeah.
them. So it's like, who plays more video games?
The kids.
The kids.
Yeah.
And so they're probably going to be bouncing on and off YouTube, bouncing off of TikTok, playing video games, watching movies. They're going to be in the headsets all day. And you already see it when you're up there. Kids with the Apple Vision Pro. You go to LA, there's kids, the parents just leave them there with their headsets on.
They are
It's crazy,
isolated.
bro.
Yeah, it's crazy because they're isolated in the world. It's a matrix, man.
It's a matrix. It's growing stronger. And so my intention shifted. I was like, okay, the COVID's over, but now just move the same idea and bring it to the youth because they're going to be our last hope.
Yeah, actually.
The Commonwealth.
Yeah, Commonwealth. It's not going to exist, you know? That's the capitalism in its best expression. I think that COVID was like a reset, you know? Like a reset for the economy.
Yeah.
You could see it in fuel. It's not a conspiracy theory, it's real. The fuel right now, for the diesel, the fuel, it's the gas. It costs almost the same in the world.
Yeah.
That was a reset, a rebalance in economic, in the world economy. And that's a reality.
Yeah.
And then it says that everything is equal,
Yeah.
step by step, you know, every day, every single hour. Now that we're speaking, a store is dying or a barrio is dying and a new building, a new city center is coming up.
Yeah.
And that's a reality. But I'm speaking from in Mexico City, but I could speak from LA, from New York, Chicago, Paris, Madrid, Berlin. Everywhere is happening this. Starbucks is one of the most important icons for that. When you see a Starbucks, everything's lost, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And all the shops disappear and everybody's ordering on Uber Eats.
Now Uber Eats, yeah. It's like a need for people.
Yeah.
I don't use it. I don't know how to use it. If I have asked for 3 times from Uber Eats, I think it's great. It's magnificent.
Yeah.
It's amazing that we have now that kind of service. In being in the culinary arts or the culinary world, it's great that exists. Being a consumist is always great. It's also great because you could have in your hand everything you need.
Right.
15 minutes from now. What do you want? A beer? Let's ask for a beer. You don't move. It comes. It's a little bit like Wall-E. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That movie.
That's the dangers of convenience. It's a perfect movie.
Yeah.
Dangers of convenience.
Yeah. They have all. So you get fat and you die.
And it's like a lot of people in this city, I feel, have access to fresh food or like fresher food versus fast food. I wouldn't say it's clean food.
Well,
I would say
that's
it's
another
fresh
category.
food.
Yeah, that's another category.
Yeah. So in California,
We
you're gonna
cook a
find
lot.
nothing but chains. Nothing but
okay.
Panda Express, Jack in the Box, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken. But that's what the lower class
Ultra processed things.
That's the only thing they can afford. They don't buy groceries. Grocery stores are either too far or like the prices of groceries are still too high, even if it's a cheap chain.
Okay.
Here it's like it only takes 30 minutes to get to the centro, and you could buy food pretty cheap, and anybody can buy it. You don't need a commercial license.
But you don't go.
But you don't go.
Yeah.
But most of these local stores are buying something from the centro or somebody from the centro.
Yeah, and you
So
can
it's fresher to
the
a degree.
local verduleria we call it, right?
Yeah.
It's happening that it happens in not in like media class areas, like lower media class areas. It happens in there. Now in these streets, in this like Condesa, Roma, and those how do you call it, like those places?
Centros turísticas.
Yeah, it's now a centro turístico. It's now a way. It's another way of life. It's not Mexico. It's not the Mexican way of living.
Yeah,
You know?
it feels very European.
Absolutely. They
Yeah.
want to feel that you feel it like that because Europeans are now living here, so they want to feel like home. But
Yeah.
hey, man, you came here. You don't. We don't go there. You know. I'm writing something that is going to call the verduleria nice or the verduleria fashion, the fashion verduleria, you know, because it's all about gentrification. It's a very beautiful place where you can find bread for masa madre, no? Always masa madre.
Okay.
Yeah. You could make, you could buy seeds. You could
Masa
buy.
madre is the like starter, right?
Yeah. The sourdough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they,
Excuse me.
yeah. Because the city is, do it.
This is a really good Mexican product.
Broncolin, yeah, it's one of the greatest.
I remember it from when I was a kid. I was like, I need to find that shit.
And now it's you can find from pills. Yeah, they're also very good. Yeah.
I'm gonna buy some.
But that's better because the likes and spray is better.
It's strong too.
Yeah, it's really strong. But they open your
I
throat.
feel it already.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So they are mixing this like a deli store. You know, like the deli from New York deli store,
Sure.
like the grocery store in LA and the Mexican verduleria.
Okay.
They are mixing it, putting with a lot of coffee and a very special coffee and beer perhaps, and they may putting in one place everything that you can find.
Right.
Very expensive.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about an avocado. It costs like 20 pesos.
20?
Yeah.
What is
One.
the usual?
No, it's like in kilos. You could have like 5 or perhaps 6 avocados, and it costs 60 pesos. And if you go to Central de Bastos, you can find cheaper. One piece you can find it in 20 pesos. One piece. That means that if you have $1, you could pay it. But if you gain in pesos, you are out of the formula.
Yeah.
So avocado now is a luxury. But let's talk about maize, corn, tortillas. Now it's like a fashion way. Now it's like a very hype thing to have in every restaurant a homemade nixtamalization. Nixtamalización en casa. Everyone
I didn't
nixtamaliza.
know. I've had a few little restaurants around
Not in here.
Not in here?
If you go to Polanco, to Condesa,
Okay,
Roma,
okay.
that,
The touristy area.
yeah, everyone
I
wants
will
to have
say,
tortilla.
This morning,
Yeah.
I went to go check my laundry, and I walked back a new way, and I saw a restaurant that had a fresh. ¿Cómo te dices?
Tortilla.
Somebody's making.
Sopes, sí.
No,
O
tortillas.
Tortilla.
There's like the lady making them. She tortilleria.
Yes, tortillería.
Yeah, she was there. She had her little comal,
Yeah.
firewood. That was what brought me in. I saw her there, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat there just because they have that. I don't know how good the food is, but because they have that, I'm gonna go there.
Well, that's a hook. But yeah, but I don't know. Perhaps that was maseca. That was corn. It was flour.
It actually was flour. So I ordered
They were
huevos
handmade.
rancheros. I had huevos rancheros, but the tortillas seemed kind of old. And then I noticed that she was making flour tortillas. I was like, shit.
But you enter.
I entered.
Yeah, you will never come back, but you enter. You were hooked.
I don't know. It's 70 pesos. It was a pretty good price.
That's the way. That's the thing. That
It was
now,
good enough.
Well, today, nixtamalización and have a corn tortilla, a homemade nixtamalización with a corn bring from, I don't know, like organic corn. It's a luxury, my friend.
¿Cuánto cuesta? If you go to Condesa.
Probably it could be like 100 pesos kilo, probably, or 80 pesos kilo, 120 pesos kilo. It depends.
Oh. And
It's
that's
a
just
lot
the
of
masa.
money
Right, yeah. No, but I had 70 pesos and
for a meal.
Dos huevos, tortillas, frijoles, un pedazo de pan, un bolillo, fruta, café,
Agua. Sí.
jugo fresco. They made right there 70 pesos. It's like I think it's $4.
But they use flour.
But they use flour, so I didn't get the fresh tortillas. But
No, but that's a problem because that corn and tortillas is the oldest food in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wrote.
yeah,
You can be Mexican for a tortilla. You are baptized with in Mexican culture with a taco de sal, but made from maseca. Because if you don't eat it like that, it is so expensive that it could be considered a luxury.
maíz.
Yep. In the main city.
Now I see what you're saying.
That's the problem right now. What's happening in the cities, in the big cities, but it's happening in the big cities in all Mexico. Now we have to say it. There is a balance in other smaller cities. Mexico is very big, so they consume and they eat corn, fresh corn, probably organic and traditional corn, and they make nixtamalización like a traditional way. But it gets in there. It doesn't go out from our community. It's for out of consume,
right?
Out of consumption.
I have a question about balance with nixtamalización.
Nixtamalización.
Sorry,
it's a very difficult word. It's not what we'll do. It's almost impossible to translate in English.
I noticed that on your description in your dissertation, it was much more than just alkalinity and grinding of maize.
Yeah.
It went into a lot of magical realism. There was
kind of, yeah.
It had more talk of the tradition, of feminine energy, and chaos.
And chaos, entropy. It's all about.
Yes. The order within chaos, I guess.
That's entropy in physics laws. It's a process, everyday's process. The traditional nixtamalización is an everyday process, a process that starts today and finishes tomorrow. That's the first part of time. You cannot be there 8 hours taking care of the corn, so it makes by itself also. It happens.
Right.
Kind of. Of course, a technique, but it happens. And the corn that you are putting right now, perhaps it's different from the one you put yesterday. Probably are from the same batch, but probably they don't. So it happens differently from yesterday's nixtamalización, even from tomorrow's nixtamalización. And tortillas, so to make tortillas, you have to wash that corn, taste it, and decide and to choose how much water or how do you want to how soft or how hard your masa is going to be.
I'm sure there's a good term for that in Spanish. A ver, dímelo.
La humedad.
La humedad?
Humidity in the masa.
Okay.
La textura. It doesn't no fermenta, no sube.
Okay.
Porque no hay levadura. There's no, I don't know how to say levadura. Starch, no?
Yeast.
Starch, yeast.
Yeast.
There's no starch in there, but it has to be like fluffy, like a fluffy, hard, kind of hard humidity masa. And that's the knowledge of someone. That someone tell.
Right.
And those received from another people. And those from another generation. And that's the way it happens, that's entropy. The same information you started with the first nixtamalización in history that we don't know when it happened, it's the same that it's keeping it up until now. And a woman, many times woman, almost always a woman, choose to make it like the very first beginning. It's a change. And they have the responsibility to teach the other one, their daughters, to preserve that knowledge. In order doing it, there's no explanation in it. There's no theory in that. It's always about doing. One day and another and another.
It's just memory. It's like shared memory.
A living memory.
Yeah, living memory.
Not speak, but making. In your hands, it's all about that preservation of chaos and order. Because if you broke the change, you destroy not only the tradition that lives, you're also forgetting the tradition that started, where it came from. So it's chaos in that way, because you cut the through of energy. You say no more, and the universe stops, and that's impossible because it needs to keep it up with another thing, and that's the problem that we have right now because we are changing the order of things. Now the restaurants in these gentrificated areas like Condesa, Roma, y demás, they feel they own the knowledge. They learn the knowledge because most of them are men doing nixtamalización. It's great because we have to professionalize that. But if you watch it with a cultural eye, with an anthropological eye, or an anthropological view, you understand that it's happening something irreparable in these years. It's not gonna be the same. The city is not gonna be the same. Because we cut that flux and establish a new order. And the history stopped. So, nixtamalización, it's gonna be probably a property of restaurants and chefs.
That's out of the divine feminine, more into the.
It's gonna be preserved probably in some villages, in the outer cities, But the people will know nixtamalización for not their owners, from those who learn it from an experience and who want to sell it like an experience.
I see.
Like a menú
Versus
degustación.
just tradition or way of life, or standard.
That's standard.
It should be standard, yeah.
Tenemos que honrar. We have to honor that story.
Right.
Like a chef, I have to say, we honor that story in order to, how I do it, organizing the knowledge and make it a technique, a method, a culinary method. That's my way of honor those women. My mother, my grandmother that did, both grandmothers did nixtamalización in traditional way. I am not a woman. I don't want to be a woman. I don't want to be an ama de casa. My role in life is to be a chef, to teach another people, to teach the world to nixtamalize or nixtamalizar in metaverse. Nixtamalizar, that's the verb, yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. How I do it? With the technology, but always keeping in my mind that in every step that we order and we teach to another are thousands of years, probably 2,000 or 3,000 years of history of women behind me.
Right.
But if you feel it, that you own it, you lose the track, It's lost forever. Because now I own a knowledge that I didn't earn. My mother didn't pass it to me. I have to learn it by researching.
Right.
That's what's happening in the culinary industry, in some restaurants, that they are not connected with that tradition, but only execution, like the doing, the making nixtamalización, but not la hacen, pero no la significan.
Right. Which
That's
gives
the
it less power.
Less power, and it's expensive. That's the paradox,
So
Because
it
a
doesn't
tortilla, a taco, it costs right now 70 pesos versus the whole meal that you eat.
Yeah.
The problem is that we no nixtamalizamos more. We cannot, there's no method. In COVID, I have a theory that it was the era, the 3 years of COVID, it was the moment of the history of humanity where more sourdough was made in the world.
Oh, right, because everyone was home making sourdough.
Everyone was making. And in which country was made one of the most important movement of bakeries and chefs now that, or amas de casa that transform into bakers right now that want to make bread and want to experiment into sourdough. Mexico was one of them.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Nice.
The problem is that nobody did nixtamalización casera. Nobody did nixtamalización in su casa. Nobody tried to make nixtamalización in their homes. Why?
Because they were looking for profits.
No, there's no information.
Oh, there's no information.
There are no books. The schools, they don't have methods. They don't have papers. They don't have books like the 1,000, a million books in bookstores or in libraries, or including university. They have a lot of books about fermentation, flowers, seeds, the wheat. How do you say it? Trigo?
Wheat.
Wheat, right?
Yeah.
Wheat, kinds of wheat, history of bread, homemade bread, industrial bread, I don't know. You have thousands of books. You don't find one book of nixtamalización.
That's crazy.
Could you believe it?
I'll admit it. I might have heard it. I've experienced it, but I've never like conceptualized it up until reading it last night.
But that's the problem. And it's one of the most important methods of the world.
Yeah. It nearly brought a tear to my eye and instant nostalgia when I read that line.
Because it's our universe.
It is.
And you believe that we don't have a book that teaches you how to nixtamalizar corn?
Which is what you're saying, though. It gives it the power from going generation to generation, having that standard.
Yeah. From thousands of years, 3,000 years.
That chaos where it could just disappear, but because the feminine persists and cultivates life in the matriz.
Yes. But nowadays we're in a discussion of feminists that they have the right to say, no, I don't want to have that work.
Which is sad.
Well, but it's a right.
It's a right.
And they have to do it.
It's a right, but it's become trending to assume that right as the standard for everybody.
Yep.
Which is when you lose
some facts of your history, some identity.
The essence of life.
Yeah, that's my
I agree, yeah.
We have to discuss it. We have to speak about it. We have to make part of the discussion to everyone. Because we have to make decisions in these years.
Which is why I kind of leaned into the cancel culture and your experience with it, because I know that what some of you say is controversial, but I know that you're not a controversial person. I know that you're not really seeking to be. No. You're just seeking truth.
And that's it.
Which tends to be controversial these days, because most people
It's a consequence.
Yes. And most people, the standard of information right now has made it easy for everyone to just want to agree. Yeah. Which is, it's easy to agree, but it's hard to have a conversation and find out the history of a problem or a resolution to something or common ground and then just agree to disagree.
Yeah, absolutely. Dissidence is one of the greatest things of the world.
Right.
It's part of human being, not to be agree of everything.
Exactly.
It's dogma.
And speaking of which, I want to lean on two more things before we go, because
I'm going to steal some water.
Sure. There'll be good ways to wrap it.
It's not religion that we're talking about, you know? It's about cuisine. We have to discuss it. If we don't discuss our tradition, we don't discuss our identity, our flaws, how can we grow? How can we evolve?
As a society. You lose the ability to have vitality.
Yeah, an autocritic is vitality.
Yeah.
Because it always makes you living, seeing with your flaws, in which part of you have to work as a person and as a group. So let's more be critic about things.
Let's be critical about Michelin really quick again. So, you shared your perspectives on the culinary culture, publications, the standard of publications. We touched a little bit on the power dynamics. You know, I guess I could just briefly mention that you talked about the politics, the investments from people who own restaurants, and then the tourism that kind of all ties together to establish the new order of culinary, which is kind of madness.
Qué fuerte concepto. It's a hard concept. New order of culinary. Yeah.
And I was curious, since we covered that already, let's just get specific and throw me numbers if you don't know, but I was curious what you think it cost a place like Riviera Maya to pay their way into Michelin.
It's a speculation, right?
Sure,
but I've heard something.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I have no facts, but no doubts. It's a phrase in Spanish. No tengo datos, pero no tengo dudas.
I like it.
The investment, allegedly, the whole investment of Michelin Guide in Mexico was around $10 million.
Shit. Okay.
It's kind of money. It's a big kind of money.
Yeah.
They're saying that the cities that were placed...
Just before we continue, if people don't know, Michelin is new in Mexico.
Yeah, this
year.
is the first year, 2004.
It's old everywhere in Europe, some of US, but it's new here.
Yeah, the first year in history. So, probably around $1.5 million probably 2 million.
to get them in there. And to get even further, what kind of, or what would be examples of like commitments that they would make with a deal like that?
That's a little dark, you know, because it's all about when, now thunder.
The metaverse.
Yeah. Watch out what's happening right now. It's not God. It's always a problem when a political decision wants to get involved in culture, you know? It's always a problem.
Yeah.
And in Latin American societies, it's worse, even worse, because we always chaos in there. So, perhaps the first, that's from experience from other guides. What I'm going to say is just like an inference, like a conclusion, una conclusión from another experiences from another guides, 50 best and other. They make commitments from 1 to 3 years.
Okay.
So, Michelin guide in Brazil was there for like a lapse of time of 5 years.
Okay.
Because they were paying it. Like it was like a long-term commitment. So probably they have to commit to 1 or probably 3 years.
Right. So
That
like
amount of money.
1 million a year roughly. You've never done.
You don't sell tires.
Right.
You sell guides. Right?
Yeah.
Michelin is not selling tires in the world. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of brands of tires to put in your car.
Maybe we need a Goodyear guide instead of a Michelin.
Probably it's gonna be great, you know. I don't know, or an airplane. I don't know, like Air France. I don't know who's gonna make it. But a Goodyear's gonna be it's gonna be very fun. So that time, that's a long-term commitment because they have to make an investment. Right. They are not gonna come in here from 1 year.
Right.
They want to be like 5 or 10.
They're definitely not coming for free.
I think that they're gonna be here from 5. I think that's my vision. That's why I have.
Oh, I didn't say 3. I said no llegaron gratis.
No.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
came for free. No.
Yeah.
It's a business, man.
For sure.
We always have to be in our minds that this is a business. Period. If you think that it's an academic and utopic thing, you're lost. It's business.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. It's great, you know? We only ask that the business makes with a little bit of ethics.
Right.
But we know that.
Transparent.
Well, that's the problem. Because
That's my next question for you.
yeah, that's the problem.
Let's lean into that just so we can leave Michelin alone for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think this was actually a very good point. I don't know if you covered it. I don't remember it, so I turned it into a question. What academic criteria or degree of on-site evaluation would you imagine protects the industry? And do you think it can be universal, like globally?
Globally for every single activity of human?
For the food industry. Like for having that level of evaluation as a standard so you know, like, okay, well, why does this
this is good?
Yeah, why is this Michelin restaurant 2-star versus 3-star? What are the ethical practices?
I make a division in there. So I said, probably the guys who make the evaluation of a restaurant, to make the la evaluación, how do you say it? The evaluación? You say that?
Evaluation.
Yeah, the evaluation. They are honest people and ethic people. They are paid by the guide and they're not corrupted by money.
Sure.
Let's say,
yeah.
But they have their evaluations and they deliver it into a main office, which the monster called Michelin Guide, in the business guys order there, who has the projection of the guide in Mexico, who needs to put strategic points in the guide, who needs to choose a taqueria because it has to be a taqueria in there because these guys eat tacos. We cannot put a taqueria in Michelin Guide, right?
Right.
So let's choose one. This one. Okay, great.
In the middle of the city.
There's 1 million of taquerias in Mexico City. We choose this. Why? Nobody knows. But the thing is that how are you gonna speak about how are you gonna explain the contradiction that, I don't know, Sud 777, one restaurant in San Angel, has one Michelin star, and a taqueria in the middle of nowhere, and with this, I don't know, the space of that place is like the size of this table. I don't know.
I saw photos right before I came. It happened. Like 3 days before the Michelin star. I was like,
we have to go there because it's a traveling. It's all, now it's madness.
I'd love to.
Yeah, and I said in my text and in my dissertation, I said the only people that they are not happy with that, for sure, is the taqueria.
Yeah.
Because there are lines of there. Well,
which I thought was super interesting because you reignited the conceptualization of the negative side of Michelin or publications for mass media. On small scale businesses.
Yeah, come on.
When I was in Thailand, it happened to, I think his name was Jay Phai.
Uh-huh.
It was a pad Thai stamp that they gave a Michelin star. And it sounded super cool on YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram. And then I looked into her business because I was in Thailand, I was going to go. She hated it. She couldn't keep up. There was too many orders. She got a bad reputation. The food was cold.
And she was mad about it.
She was
yeah.
I think she quit.
Sad.
I'm pretty sure she quit. I couldn't find her in the guide.
Depression. The people who that's the way. There's no happiness.
If she didn't quit, then somehow they must have invested into it to turn it into a bigger scale operation.
That's it.
Because I couldn't find any that was just a stand. Because she was the only stand that had a star.
Well, that's going to happen with this.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. You know, that's the chaos in there. You put a recognition. I don't want that recognition. No, thanks. No, you must have it. You kill someone. You're killing someone.
Right.
With that decision, you're killing a business. And you're killing a family, actually. And a tradition, because it's like 50 years old, I think. So, I'm coming back. The evaluators, the judges, deliver these evaluations to a table, a businessman table, and they say, now how are you going to choose? That's for true. It's not an academic decision. It's a business decision. And it's good, because that's a business. When you think, when you are you realize, and you know, and you're for sure that that's a business, you don't have any problem with that decisions, because you know the root of it. You know what they want to do with it. But if you think that it's a topic and it's academic and it's all about the very best, they are the greatest guide with the greatest standards, and they're flawless, you will be mad with them because of their business decisions.
Right.
You have to know and understand things but what they are in essence. And in essence, it's a business. So there's no problem. If they want to go in 5 years, come on, get out of here. That's it, because there's no money to pay it.
Right.
And that's my foreseeing, I think.
Because I'd imagine you're a bit of a
I was in there.
I think you're more of an optimist.
Yeah, I love it.
And I would probably assume, based off of what I read, you think nixtamalization is coming back.
Absolutely.
So if it comes back...
The problem is how it's coming back.
Right.
We have to think about it.
I think the Mexican people are still connected enough to their tradition and their roots.
Nowadays. From 10 years from now. Because 10 years from away and beyond, it was shame.
Yeah.
We have phrases in Mexico, and you have to remember it because probably you know it, but they are like tattooed in our skin, in our genomic code. Like, a falta de pan, tortilla. When you have bread, you have tortilla.
Okay. Falta de pan, tortilla.
What's that? Tortilla is below bread.
Yeah.
It values less.
And that's from...
That's a popular saying.
Would you say that's like a traumatic...
Absolutely. And it comes from a very hot period of 300 years of what happened in 1521. It was the downfall of Tenochtitlan. Yeah, that's it. The colony, la colonia, Mexico colonial, that's it. It's traumatic, yes, but it's part of our culture, and we say it. We don't feel proud of what we have. Another phrase.
I would agree, actually. I tried to learn about our indigenous ancestry from Los Altos de Jalisco.
Okay.
Because Nobody knows.
Nobody knows because they all say they're French.
Exactly. And I asked the elders, like the los abuelos, los tatarabuelos, and I asked them about the indigenous caves and the
Yeah.
writings on the
Yeah,
walls
yeah.
in the caves,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
20 minutes up the hill.
Uh-huh.
Ah, esos son los indígenas que se movieron a Huizquilco y allá viven. And just
Racism.
super. And I'm just like, but what about the tradition? Like,
Out of racism. We are the worst. We have like 20 seconds from that we realize that we are classist and racist in Mexico. But 6 years from now, we said we said, no, in Mexico, there's no racism. We are in, no, you are not racist with black people because we have no Afro-Mexican, well, we have them, but not that kind of USA.
right.
Not that kind of volume. You are racist with the originary groups, the indigenous people. Yes, man. My mother is from the Mixteca, Oaxaqueña, and probably they don't know she can speak Mixteco because she didn't learn it. But my grandfather did speak some words,
Oh, did he?
but his father, my great grandfather, he was a teacher, Spanish teacher and mathematics teacher. And he said, no, you have to learn only Spanish because you have to speak a language that could be listened by many people, and that's a shame. Don't say that you can speak Mixteco because people don't want to listen that.
Wow.
And that was in the 20s, 100 years from now. The thing is that you feel it, that we are proud of our traditions. No, we exhibit more our traditions. That doesn't mean proud.
I see. Makes sense.
We put it in the scene. Let's the people know, let's the world know about our traditions. That's not necessarily proud. It's exhibition. That's two different things.
Yeah.
And we have to be very careful about that because in order we exhibit more, we turn more into a spectacle than an honor of our tradition. I don't know if you say it in English. I'm
That
sorry,
makes sense. No,
but
that's perfect.
it has not to be a show. It has to be a profound and deep honoring of where we come. But we don't want the responsibility of learning it, because how hard it is to say that we are not blancos, that we are not white people, because we lose privilege, right?
Right.
We always want to be in Europe, being in La Condesa. We want to
Having
feel
money.
like that. Huh?
Having money versus having family or tradition.
Why nixtamalizar if we could make bread from sourdough?
Yeah.
Because it's nice, because it connects you with Europe and France and USA. Bread is the great thing.
I guess it's not even necessarily money. It's status.
Status, that's it. Classism.
Yes.
And that's a problem here right now, because we are now invaded with gentrification. We're gentrification, we're living in it, and now it says that the values of the culture is all about status, all about supposed value, with a very good story that you could tell to the world. Yeah. So that's the problem, the exhibition, not the proud. We have 14 years from the declaration of UNESCO of the Mexican cuisine, the Patrimonio Inmaterial de la Humanidad. They named it 14 years ago, the UN, the United Nations.
¿Cómo se llama? La
Patrimonio Inmaterial de la Humanidad, the immaterial heritage of the humanity. I think that's the translation. It was the first kitchen in the world, the first cuisine in the world that was named like that in 2010. Many people doesn't know that. Many people don't care about it. Many people don't care to pay 70 pesos one taco, because they live in Polanco. What the hell we want to know about the seeds and corn seeds and organic and GMOs and Monsanto? They don't care about it. It's a status. Now a taco, it's about status.
Right.
But 10 years from now, 10 years, I don't know, when I was studying, it was shame. It was a shame to eat tacos because it was like a poor eating.
Right, yeah. But it's similar, the way the ideology carries itself. It's almost the same practice, but with different cultural points of reference.
Points of reference,
Yeah.
yeah. That point of views. That's a problem. So we have more exhibition of our culture. You can see it all over all over the world. You can see Mexican culture. That doesn't mean that comes from proud. Necessarily doesn't come from proud. It comes for profit.
Yeah.
Show, exhibition, tourism. Look our traditions. Please come here. We don't have corn anymore, but you can pay 70 pesos for a taco in Polanco. Don't worry, we have it. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's something that we have to think and to discuss, because like chefs, like in the culinary industry, we don't speak about it because it's like a very big cancer that is a silence cancer that it's eating all the parts of the gastronomy industry, all the parts of the food and beverage industry, that it's gonna collapse and it's gonna kill us. The problem is that nobody knows how to nixtamalizar at home. And that has to be the main thing of our tradition.
Is that something that would be frowned upon if
It
you were to
could be-
speak about it?
What?
If you were to speak about it with your peers? Like
Absolutely. All the time. Yeah,
it
yeah.
was like a-
Absolutely. No, there's more conscious right now.
Is
Because they know now the value, the business value of nixtamalizar in their restaurants. They know it.
Right.
Now they sell it. Well, now I am saying,
Right.
please think about it. Not just do it. Think the relevance of it. Think where it comes. Teach to other people. Make sense of this technique. Make it proud of it. Make it proud to others. Don't get shamed to making it. Now you can exhibit. You can see many restaurants right now that have their own machines that are grinding corn and are nixtamalizando and then grinding the corn and making the masa and putting into and making tortillas.
Right.
You can see a lot of it. Most of the list in Michelin Guide have it. But
Front
that's an
and center.
exhibition.
Okay, so I have 2 more questions. Last
Yeah.
one's super easy.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't know if I'm answering well. I'm sorry
No,
because
you're
of my.
perfect.
Yeah, sorry.
Your English is completely fine.
Oh, thank you very much,
Everybody-
because I think that the expression in Spanish will always like crushes, makes
It
explosion.
could be me because I speak Spanish too. That I think it sounds great. Maybe it's
Okay, that's no, well, yeah. You speak bad, but I understand you.
and I speak bad Spanish, but you understand me. Let's see. The first question was gonna be. Casi se me olvidó. It had to do with nixtamalization. I didn't write it down because it just popped up. I already asked you if you thought it could be universalized. I don't know if you really got to that. The standard of
The nixtamalization process.
Yeah.
We are on it. We are on it. Yeah, we are on it. We are making like we call it the matrix of nixtamalization, to seeing all the aspects of what we have to control in order to make it a culinary method.
like a tangible method.
Yeah, and that you could put it in a restaurant in, I don't know, in France, and you could make nixtamalization there, because the way you nixtamalizar, when you nixtamalizas, that's a verb,
Yeah.
when you nixtamalizas out of Mexico, you have to take care of many aspects that you don't care in here. And that's a curva de aprendizaje, the learning curve
Right.
is very long. And that's anti-academic,
Right.
You have to, that's not happen with bread, making bread. Because you have a lot of books, you have a lot of information. So you have science in there. You can make it shorter your learning curve. In nixtamalization, you always have to experiment a lot of time, years even, and making a lot of tests in order to make it happen. We are working in that manual, in that method, in paper.
I remembered what I was going to
Yeah.
ask you. Thank you for covering concepts so broadly because it reminded me of the question. So, obviously, you want to help establish this matrix, a plan to secure the tradition of nixtamalización. Would you consider yourself before chef or before cook? Are you a researcher?
No,
No.
because my main goal, research is,
Educated?
well, it's a hard question, you know. It's a good one, huh? I think that I have an easy answer, but no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a curious person.
Okay.
And
believe it.
yeah, and that's the base of scientific research, you know. I'm searching for the truth, and science is part of it. It's also philosophy, you know.
Sure.
But I'm an inconforme, soy una persona inconforme and conformist person.
Okay.
Yeah, you could say that.
Performance, yeah.
And I'm always looking the reason of things. That's my passion, I think.
Okay.
I'm an intellectual person, so I rationalize everything. I make patterns, visualize risks, even before they happen, or even because I have the ability to make patterns of information, to connect things with apparently not connection,
Right.
to make it happen.
Or not as obvious.
Yeah, when it's not obvious, I like it. It's how can we put this together?
Right.
Probably a right answer in this moment of my life has to be that yes, I research before I cook, but cooking and cuisine and gastronomy is my way of doing research, of doing science. Is the area that I choose. Because I could choose in every other area, politics, philosophy, anthropology perhaps. But no. I choose to recreate a flavor, I choose to recreate a tradition in form of a plate, in form of tortilla, for an example. I have to go for 2,000-3,000 years from now. I have to go to all villages in Mexico. I have to know, I have to make it, I have to measure it. I have to have measured the temperatura, how you say it?
Temperature?
Temperature, yeah. I have to make the control of time. I have to weight everything. I have to have everything weighted in order to have control, scientific control of every part, everything that what's happening in that tradition. That's for sure. But in the last, that's the pure thing, and probably a contradiction. I want to eat that tortilla always. That's my goal with making all this. That when you take that tortilla and you roll it, or put a little bit of salt and you roll it and you say, oh, qué rico. When we make carnitas, that you have tasted probably carnitas in here,
Yeah.
that's my method that I spent almost 3 years making possible that method. And we have courses and we have classes, we teach many people. And they applied Método Quiroga in here, in Tapiz. The goal of it, to make all of that, to make like a 60 pages document paper, it's a big paper, to make measures, to make flux diagrams, to make all that things that we do, that I love it, to write a lot, to reflect a lot, to make science, to measure everything. The only goal is to take your taco or torta de carnitas, bite it, and say, puta madre, qué rico.
A huevo.
That's my goal.
Okay.
But to make it another time, and again, and tomorrow exactly to make it sustainable, to make it forever. And my point of view is always that I am here in this point of story, but I'm the result of this 2,000 years of nixtamalización, or perhaps 12,000 of presence of chiles in Mexico. I am here right now. The only thing that I have to do with all my soul and all my methods and all my abilities is to make it at least last another 3,000 years more or 12,000 years more. That's my goal. And we eat, man, you can't deny it. We eat like heaven in Mexico.
You do.
I
love it.
We have everything, man. You have a good taco and you put a salsa, good salsa. So you can eat that two bites in one. And a spectacular number and infinite numbers of bites and experiences in your mouth when you have a taco and you mix it with cilantro, cebolla, with salsas, lemon.
Yeah.
It's madness, because it's experience in your mouth and every bite is a new experience. But the guy who is beside you or your girlfriend or your friend bites the same taco, it's not gonna be the same experience. It's
Right.
because you didn't put the same salsa, the same quantity of salsa that I put it. That's freedom of choosing, of eat. But we have to have techniques to ensure the freedom of experience. That's my goal, making research. So yes, I am a researcher first, than a cook. But cooking is the way that I share my abilities, that I put it in service of the traditions and put it in service of an identity that I love. And I love to eat. So
I feel like it kind of brings it back down to the essence of ¿cómo se llama?
nixtamalizar.
Is that you are finding the method and then teaching it by way of
To
action.
preserve it.
To preserve it, right.
Yeah. I'm just, how do you say it, eslabón de una cadena, and chain, how do you say it? The
A
parts
link
of
in
it?
the chain.
I'm just a link in the longest chain in Mexico, and I can't break that chain,
Right.
I have to use everything in myself, everything that I have to make that chain preserve and continue and keep going. Perhaps not for my sons, probably for yours.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's truth. It's just the continuation of truth.
I'm just a link, and that's it, because that's outside ego, and my way or my media or my way of doing it is research, and my area is cooking.
Very good answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was a good question, It made me think. Yeah. I love it. I love it because I question everything,
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I love it because it's the way of life. I think that things like are great. Nature is perfect. But when you think about it, when you question it, when you ask for the nature reasons, that's when you are human. If you don't ask and you just contemplate, you are part of this nature. And that's great. But when you really come to that part of that, to be conscious of where you are,
Right.
asking things, questioning things, just for the fun of it, that's when you are human. That's
Right.
when you really are human.
There's more freedom.
That's freedom. That's the real and authentic feeling of freedom. Because you are applying what we are here for, I think.
Goes back to the Commonwealth. Full circle back to the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say that this has been one of the best conversations I've had in my life.
Okay, thank you.
So
I'm sorry about my English. I insist because I can express a lot of things.
Again, maybe it's because I speak Spanish and I understand the way the verbs and everything breaks down.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people will resonate with it, especially people who've never been exposed to the culture
Oh, yeah.
and to the art of food and farming and tradition. So thank you for the time. Thank you for being in participation with the metaverse.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I hope to see where you are in the future because
Absolutely.
you are still young and
Yeah.
you have a lot that you offer. So I'm excited to see where you go in the future.
Man, you're invited to the party.
I made it.
You're part of the family right now. You're David's friend. So
I feel the same way about him. I'm just
Yeah.
like, where he goes in the future is going to be great. I see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we know it, and I know it, and he knows it. And if you are his friend, automatically you are my friend because it's like a community, You have to learn to value what he sees in you. I respect him, so if he respects you, ergo, I respect you.
Ergo, I respect you.
Thank you very much, man. It was a great conversation. Thank you very much for making me speak in English because it's not common.
And for the English speakers, where do they find you? And in your research.
Instagram. Well, we have to. The website is SIG Mexico, CIG Mexico, MEXICO.
Oh, he's got it right there.
Yeah,
There it is.
like this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
sigmexico.org. That's it. .org. And in all my social network, Lalo Plascencia.
Perfect.
And in Lalo Plascencia, Sig Mexico, in Instagram, in YouTube, we have a video channel. You will find my recipes there, my video recipes there.
Oh, just like in the kitchen?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
it's like an influencer mode, you know. I
Nice.
make a lot of branding for beers, for wine,
Oh,
for
cool.
yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's just like a contradiction, but it's not. It's because, well, it was part of the COVID that I take it, and they
Part
want
of your journey.
yeah, and it makes a lot of money. So great, because that money could pay research.
Yeah,
Because research is all about investments, no profits. So
I see you.
yeah.
Working like an alchemista, just
You have to speak with the devil in order to eat with God.
Yeah.
But it's great because I have a lot of fun in that because I love to express in 1 minute a technique.
Right.
And-
Effectively.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's not about me. It's about the technique. So I teach the technique. I speak in the video. It's like a very basic video, but at the end you could learn a lot of cuisine, Mexican cuisine or Italian cuisine, Greek cuisine, French cuisine, or a little more French cuisine. I love foie gras and I love that thing. So
nice.
I'm a chef. I'm sorry. So
Yeah,
as a cook, you have to love foie gras. So sorry, but I have to do it. And it's very fun because it you go from the very theoric way of living, like the research and a very hard and all these reflections, to a very funny part that is
Right.
just cook, man. That's it. Yeah, just
Experimental.
do it. It's a duck, man. Do it like a French sauce. Okay, that's it. Where are the chilies? There's no chilies in here. There's just a sauce with foie gras. That's it. Why? Because I am a cook. I like to cook, and I like to serve dishes, and I like to cook in order for another people to learn something. That's my passion, teaching and learning.
Yeah, and I've seen how it's affected your two pupils, David and Willie. So I don't know if he told you, I was listening to your guys' calls like months ago. He was at my house when you guys were doing your research, and I heard him speaking about chilies and farming and regenerating. And I was like, oh, bro, I was a farmer. Like, what do you got going on here? He's like, oh, it's just a research group. And I was like, damn, what is all this? Not knowing that I would be talking to you in the future. So,
Yeah, well, it's time, man. It's always destiny. You were destined to that.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah. If you're his friend, we're always here. They are good guys, you know. They are
Yeah.
great guys. They are a great team, and they know that perhaps you were so young, but you know about Thundercats, right?
Yeah.
It's like Lionel that says thunder,
Yeah.
and they come. Yeah, and they will come because it's a call. You know, it's like a call from our group. That's what we are. We're 4 right now.
Yeah.
But that's a great group. Sometimes we were 10 or 12, but
Sure.
now we're a very compact team, and we know that we are loyal to it. And if they need us, we will be there. If David needs us, we will be there. If Willie needs us, we will be there. If I need them, they will be there.
If you guys need a camera guy anywhere you go,
Man, that's for sure. I'm counting it right now. Don't worry about it because we have a lot of plans to make this. What are you doing? To make a different way of communicate Mexican cuisine or Mexican traditions, not in a nostalgic and folkloric way and exhibition, but being inside of it. If you go to some my research about chilies, Mexican that is called chili chilhuacle, was one of the most important chilies in the world. For mole negro, yeah. That's the most expensive chili in the world, dried chili in the world, and it's one of the craziest chilies that I've ever tasted. It's magnificent. Really, it's great.
that's what got me into your research. Is the jeopardization of access to the farmers because of the train.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah. It's
That was when I first started telling David about my farming. I was like, bro, I'm all about this shit. Like,
no. Now it's no season, but we're gonna go next season in January perhaps. So you're invited.
Awesome. Yeah.
And we're gonna go to Chiles to see Chiles en Nogada. That's a tradition in Puebla. It's a big tradition in Puebla, and there it's all about the farmers and the fruit and the chilies and the nuts and granada. How's it called? Granada?
Pomegranate.
Pomegranate, yeah.
Yeah.
And about tradition of doing it in Puebla because it's 2 months of that tradition.
Wow,
It's crazy. It's crazy. We have to go there. I'm gonna say you're gonna leave Mexico? No.
I'm supposed to go back to Cali on the 16th, but I think I'm going to change my ticket to go visit my grandparents' grave because they passed away last time I was here.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to go hang out in Jalisco for a little bit. Maybe I'll come back.
Well, I'm
Me
gonna.
invitan.
The invitados estás. You're invited. And we need to make material, professional material,
Yeah.
but with a sensitive person. That's the thing.
That's what I'm here for.
Everyone has a camera, but
Right.
not everyone has the sense of watching things and capturing things and make all about the faces and the hands of people who are working for nothing, just for keeping tradition.
Which is priceless. It's absolutely priceless.
That's Mexico.
Yeah.
The problem is that's all Mexico. Yeah.
We'll wrap it up before we run out of time on the camera.
Yeah.
But it was an honor to officially get to talk to you, Lalo.
It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure.
This was an episode of Arno Limits in VR, and it's also going to be collaborating with Food Hub, so you'll find out on multiple platforms. And we'll see you next time. Great,
Gracias,
bro.
amigo.
Gracias, that's good. An hour 56, so a little longer than I expected.
An hour 56?
Yeah. Looks like D's turned off.
I don't know.
That one looks like it's still going.
Yeah.
Okay.